Okay, in this video, we're going to be trying to finish up the comment stuff. Um, One thing that I noticed that this was slightly different for ion popover. As you can see, it's making the screen dark. Even our little nav bar does it. There is a setting that we can put in our ionic CSS for the ion popover. It's got this part because it's in the shadow part of the HTML, and this is the part we're targeting the backdrop, but this is a code for it. We just make the background color transparent. Semicolon, be there. Okay. And then you can just throw that in hours, and then now it doesn't happen anymore. Doesn't get dark like that. Aside from that, some other things that were just straight up features that were missing. I mean, you still got to do the emoji button, but we'll do that last. We need to be able to hide all the comments for the whole website. So it wouldn't matter where you were, they would just be hidden. Wouldn't matter what uh what menu you're on. So just a setting that the user can use. We need that. And uh we also need these CEO controls, right? Or we'll be able to star someone's comment or star their idea and also mark them as a federal agent if we think that they're working for the Fed. So we could add in those features, and we add in that, and yeah, it should be time to move on. Work on our wallet button after that. Okay, so need to get that in. Go back to our comment. Comments, comment. It's all red. I think we have some of that stuff copied over, but yeah, let's just go get these variables and these functions for opening the popover. Just copy those. The advanced, just grab all these. Should already have the user pop over because that's for the copy and the address. And we need rest of the popover functions. Oh, here the user one is. Um, okay, so we gotten that. And then we got our emoji stuff that's still red, and that address thing that's still red. Yeah, it's still emoji related, but also I think it's not actually able to do the comparison. We don't really have our addresses right, but it needs to, in order for it to think that we were the CEO, that CEO address comparison, we need to match. So for now, we can just set everything to the Solana program address with all the ones in it, and that should also work. Everything's just a bunch of ones. I think it's looking at the chat CEO address because there's also one for the M4A Protocol one, but grab this, the CEO account, and just throw that in there and throw this one in here as well. Okay, fresh. Okay, but I think we also need that Yef shouldn't need the wolf. But yeah, so it at least thinks that we're the CEO now because it turned our icon green and it's got the FDR 300. Okay, but I know we'll definitely need to get. I think I also didn't copy one of the CEO bars. I think I didn't copy it for the horizontal one. Although no, I still don't see it. I think I would at least see the wolf, but let's go ahead, figure out where they are, and go grab them. I'll have to check that as well. Um, okay, so This is in the UI where okay, so they actually want a GIF. We don't even have a GIF folder yet. It's pretty sure yeah, GIF. So, don't see any rename GIF. Okay, so we got this one, and now we gotta go grab that here. Just copy all of them. Huh. I guess that must have been something I decided on a little later. If the project that we've been working through the whole time didn't have this GIF folder, probably updated it and didn't change it in that. But okay, so we have that, and that should be the same in the comment. Uh, I see none at all. So did I just completely avoid copying the CEO bar, perhaps? Yes, I have no CEO bars in here. So let's go grab them. Go above the YouTube bar. Because I thought that I just copied the whole vertical comment. I guess I must have just removed it, I guess, because it was causing problems I didn't want to deal with. So this goes under the time and date. The vertical one, okay. And we also need those functions, which these are pretty simple. They take a false or a true. We're just taking a boolean. Also going to need these events, and they emit up an event that something has happened and that we should refetch the comments, basically, just like the edits and deletes do. And we need those functions, like starring a comment. We get the comments from local storage for the comment section. We get that particular post by looking for the ID, find it. We set the is starred flag to whatever was fed in. Yeah, and same for fed, and then we just emit the event so that it knows to refetch the comments. The comment list knows to refetch the comments. Yeah, much it. Just put these at the bottom. Okay, so now what? Okay, so now they're there. I would expect the fed one to work because the fed one how is it just not updating properly? Okay, seems like it's. Oh, right. We have nothing on the comment list to actually listen for the event, right? So if we go to our comment list, see, we have nothing to do when those events happen. So we need to, what is it? Star comment and one for fed comment. So when we get those events, we actually do something. We re-get the comments so that it'll actually refresh, re-render it without us having to actually do anything. So now it works. This, I think we need new SVGs for this. Yeah, this thing also has a popover, and if you hang over it, it says federal agent. Just go into comment federal agent. So you can control what happens when you're hovering over like most elements with the title property. We just put some stuff in here. The title is what controls, and this is just an ion label, um, yeah, for a button or not even a button. Maybe this shouldn't be a label technically, but it could have been a text. But anyway, yeah, you see that changes what happens when you hover over it. When you click it, on the phone you can't hover over something, so they would never see this. But if they clicked it, they would see this, which is just just an ion pop over with some text in it, a border, and just this federal agent. Nothing too special. Yeah, ion pop over. It's just this div. Um, that border might just come without and see a border, but you got the colored dark for the uh night and daytime mode, and just yep, just more words. Huh. Why is it changing after? It's a little weird. Where am I? Am I on the vertical comment or the? I'm not sure if that matters. Hmm. Huh, it looks like it's showing both of them. It's showing the message for the vertical comment and the horizontal comment. Yeah, I learned something, but I guess if they match, it won't matter. It's not a bug; it's a feature. Looks fine to me. Okay, so now we need to do something about our how to start. Let's see. Our this still works in vertical one as well. Okay. So those are just SVGs. We actually do need two SVGs, one for the vertical and for the horizontal. Yeah, the SVGs seem to be very finicky, and yeah, they interfere with each other. And it seems like if you use just one for one of them, it's not going to appear in the other one. So there's a horizontal and a vertical, but I can show that just to re-verify that it's still working that way. So let's go and grab the horizontal start comment. Fancy. There it is. Okay, and go throw that in our project. Okay, probably don't have the import line for it either. Okay, so I go back to our comment, go through this import in. I'm not even sure if it's still in the HTML. Let's see if it, no, it's still there. Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, so it's there. And this one also, if you hover over it, the CEO has started your idea and you click it, it has that as well. That is, and I, oh, let me see, that is, for actually look at this thing, we have the title, that same title property inside of the SVG itself. Yeah. Yeah, you can see this has its own unique ID. I think I talked about that before, how if the IDs aren't unique between the different SVGs, that they'll interfere with each other if they're on the same page. But yeah. So if we looked for the V one and replaced it with the H one, and we were just trying to use that SVG, it doesn't work. it's there, but you can't see it. It's still, I guess, still working here, but now it seems like you have to have two different SVGs, even though, one's technically not even visible, right? Okay, so let's just go import the other one and drag it over, and then we should be good on that. The G star, um, or the fancy this one. Okay, be good. And now we can see the other one. Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess the last thing that I think that we need is, aside from the emoji button, is being able to hide and show the comments. So let's quickly go grab that. It's just in the comment section. There is this button. We go to our comment section, go through it right above our sort button, right? And we don't really need this reloading data. I mean, we'll kind of need it. I mean, yeah, we'll definitely need it when we're dealing with smart contracts. But yeah, just a button, the message, whether or not you're hiding or showing it. With these, don't make these semicolons action. Yeah. So we have that reordered list function. So we have the message which says hide all comments or show all comments, and it just depends. Eventually, this will get replaced when we need like a global state for this. That'll come later. Okay. On mounted, we are getting the value from local storage for where the key is called hide comments. If we don't find it, we just set it to false. And I can get both of these. And then we have toggle show comments, and it will just see if it's true, it'll do one thing. If it's false, it will do the opposite. Basically, set the message to if it was showing that, or if this was true, then this would get set to hide all comments. Um, and we'd set that in that hide comments is false because we're showing them, and we're showing that the option now is to hide all of them, but we're currently showing them. Set this to false and set this value to false. If not, we do the opposite, show all comments. Yeah. Okay. Unmounted. I think that basically covers it. Now, one more thing. So we need to say that the comment list should not be rendered, right? The if. And we need to say not in front of it because we're saying, right, hide comments. If hide comments is true, um, if hide comments were true, that would mean that we would want them to be hidden, but this would be true. And since this is true, it would be showing them, even though we say hide comments is true and we want them to be hidden. So it's like the opposite, but that's just how you name the variable and stuff. But in this case, it should be the opposite. So now it works. Okay, let's try putting the treasury counter. Treasury counter post. So we got these comments, the treasury comments. If we hide these comments, they're all hidden. Uh, let me use that right. Maybe while we're messing with stuff. There's no comment section here. I guess I need to go add one. Mm, I guess just to show it working globally quickly. Because we have pages. Where's the menu at? So I added a comment section. I just have to add a comment section to PLI, its page, right under component for the page. But I guess is it also missing yeah, looks like it. My comment section names. It doesn't know what the comment sections are called or anything. And can't name them the same, but if we at least change the prefix, it'll be a unique key at least. Okay. Okay. CLI counter post. Okay, so can see it. And the application just PLI overview one. Well, that's still correct enough. And if we hide all the comments and jump back here, they're still hidden. But this value should say show, shouldn't it? So this value that's being initialized is not being initialized properly. So yeah, basically something like this. And then we would set it based on the value that we got in local storage. So then we wouldn't really need to even initialize it here. So I think that will fix that slight bug. So it says show. So when I come here, it just still say show. What the, why? Why damn you? Because I needed to refresh. Because I mean, how is it gonna know what to be? Okay. Did I change it in the right project? No. I did not change it in the right project. It's probably what's wrong. Okay, I changed it in the right project. So, show refresh. Ah, yeah, yeah, how is it? How would it even know what to be? Okay, taking too long. Let me figure this out real quick. Okay, I think I already see what's wrong. Just kind of a thing of logic, because this was toggling and switching between them. So this is in the wrong order. So on mounted, we're saying if the comments are hidden, right? If the comments are hidden, that means that we want to show them, not that we want to hide them. Or that's what the message would be. The other one is toggling them, so it is yeah reversing them, so that's why they're reversed. But here we're just seeing what the values are, so that's what's wrong. So now when we refresh, it says not why. Okay, I mean see, I refreshed. Does that say show? It says show. Refresh. Does that say hide? Okay, why is that happening? It's like they're being hidden by default. Let's see what we get when we look at this value when it's mounted. False. And there's so much stuff there. False. Still false. And there's just a bunch of stuff here. It's complaining about emoji button and the reload data. Um, okay, so on mount, this false is just it's just false every time. And let's see if it changes when we toggle it. Console.log. Okay. True. Man, just so much crap here. Well, yeah, this makes kind of. Yeah, I should really do something about all that emoji stuff. When you hide it, it's true. Oh, I seen the false. So it's changing, I guess. But yeah, that's way too much, way too busy there. Okay, so I figured out what was wrong. Just get rid of these console logs. So local storage, it stores everything really as a string, and when it comes back, it's a string. So for this first part, we can just do this equal to true. So if this is equal to true, or if it comes back undefined or something. I mean, if it's equal to true, a true string, and this is equal to true, it'll evaluate the true. If it's not, or come back or post back as undefined, then we'll just return false. So this is all we needed to do. So now this should work. So we're showing no comments. If we jump over here, show all comments, same as well, and there's no comment showing. We click it, show the comments. We refresh. It's still there. Refresh. Still there. Go back. Switch it. Show this one showing comments. And this one's showing comments. Okay, that's working how it's supposed to now. Okay, now we're ready to continue. I switched over to the Edge browser. I was using Brave and using incognito, but using it in an incognito window in any type of browser, the storage data does not persist. But if you use not incognito, or yeah, whatever, and you close it and reopen it, it'll still be there. So got this, and I got the other project as well. So now we need to get our emoji button into our project, and we can yeah can just break it apart and just work through it. Okay, so now we want to go over our emoji button. We see it here, we click it, and it makes a pop up. So just going from the start, the emoji button, this file right here, in components, comments, emojis, emoji button. This is the main component, and everything else is fed into it, basically, and all the pages and stuff. So at the top, we just have a button, and it has just an ionic icon, which is a happy outline. That's how we get that face there, and then there's a popover that opens, and then this is where all everything is inside of, basically. Um, yeah, uh, a few things because I think I might have missed some. Definitely missed cleaning out this, but it seems like it was the only one. Might have said this somewhere else, but in Windows you can use Windows period, and it'll bring up an emoji window, and this is actually what this window was modeled after. Actually, this one. So it was reverse engineered from this. Don't have a recently used tab, but the search and stuff. Yeah, got our emojis, our people, our objects, food, and cars, and symbols, our cow emojis, and all of these symbols. Yeah, all of the stuff was just reverse engineered from this, basically. Um, but yeah, so yeah, that's where that came from. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the emoji button and start putting in the pieces of it so that we can walk through it. So a new folder, call it emojis. Have a new file in here, call it emoji button.vue. Okay, we're in here, got a template. close the template, and then you just start slowly putting some stuff in it. Let's just grab the top part that we've talked about, this ion pop over, and we'll just do this with the button. And yeah, we'll just have to close the ion pop over and this div that's inside of that we have nothing in. This div, where'd this div come from? Oh, that's the beginning of the ion pop over. Okay. Okay, you gotta import some stuff. Ion, need the ion pop over for sure, and the happy outline. I click on got that, but let's this whole script and then throw in the end tag script. Okay, clean up observers and stuff. Some popovers, functions for that. I guess we'll just grab all of this stuff and just try not to grab too much HTML. Not too much of this, just what we need at least. Got uh, let's just get the popovers. This popover. Got some variables for the popover, which is for moving it, which you might have noticed over here. Like if you open the popover here, it does nothing. But if you open it too close to the ceiling, it'll move itself basically into view. That's part of what that's for. Um, what this popover Y offset is for, just moving it down back into view. I think I already grabbed that at least, but it's got this that it wants. I guess I'll just take some emoji button ref as well. Man carry an emoji selector. I'll just grab that as well. Is that? It's not up here, is it? Doesn't look like it. How it does. How it comes from here. Okay, maybe we just ignore that for now. That's for picking the color, the skin tone, that emoji selector for the people, which we'll get to that. Okay, so this is here. I'll skip the cleanup observer and then move the popover into view at least, I guess. I think else I'll just grab this on the mounted. Look for the function for moving it into view. That way we can get some of that stuff working and then talk about it. Okay, where is it saying this from? In 4 places. Function. And I guess this is watching the search. I must have had to do something special for the search. Reassure up myself for that. Just turn this down here. And also a variable. I'll see it declared anywhere. Where does this variable? All right, well, you think it would be up here. It's weird. Oh, here it is. This is it. It's a constant being declared. It's kind of like an arrow lambda function, actually. Intersection observer. Yeah, and this is just. I know we did something else with the like event listener, but yeah, those things have to be killed if they're not killed after you're done with them. In this case, disconnected. They build up and take up memory, and then yeah, you lead the application to be slower or crashing or problems that you just don't want. Okay, there we go. It's declared there. And I think that's enough not to be angry. So if we go back to our comment, I think we're missing our emoji button in some places. And I think probably also missing it in the add comment. There should be, I think it's supposed to be like right here. And so let's get it there first. Add comment, import our emoji button. It should look like this. I don't think it, well, whatever. It's for an event and a prop. Deal with it shortly. And this just an insert emoji. Don't have that function yet, but I'll just go copy it. Of course, it's not going to work because they're still missing most of the guts of our emoji button. Oh gosh, missing this too. A reference to the text area that we want to insert the emoji into. And that's going to be a ref on an element, and it got on updated as well. So just there, but probably need this. We're gonna need this on updated. But yeah, it's just so much. This was here already. Just don't have the on updated, which we can talk about when we actually start inserting them. But just trying to get this stuff out of the way so that we can get the basic stuff. Got to import on updated, save emoji position. Okay, do we at least, why is it complaining about that? It has already been declared. And comment view 10.9 today. Over here. Did I undo something wrong? Well, yeah, this one should be V. Did I? Okay, is this where it's supposed to be? How the heck did that happen? Okay, well, we can see our you can see our button at least. It's opening nothing. Uh, let's see if we can get it to open something. Pop over open. We have that there. You open the pop over. Mm-hmm. The value. It's just because we have nothing in the div test, nothing in the popover. There we go. Now it shows something. Just because we didn't have anything in it. Okay, so after looking over it again, we don't need any of this cleanup observer stuff, so we don't need to, uh, make sure it disconnects or that we clean it up so that it doesn't steal resources. Um, like this intersection observer, just resource searching it. I think that I was using it to detect when there was an intersection between the search bar and just trying to. So I think it was another attempt of me trying to get it to move, but in the end, I ended up just using this as what I think because I don't see another reason to have it. And all it was doing was setting the focus back to the emoji search text area, which is just this text area here, and that not seem to do anything. I removed it in the other project, and yeah, this still flashes with or without it. So I don't think it was for any of that. I think it was for trying to move it. So yeah, you can clean that up in the main project too if I'm not using it. Um, yeah, sometimes I think it sucks not to have an example of how to use something when you just need the syntax for it. So I can see value in keeping pieces of things around for that. But aside from that, no, it's not necessary. But yeah, I will just cut this stuff out. Just go throw it somewhere. Throw it somewhere for later. And yeah, maybe save the name of it. But anyway, don't need any of that. We just have this move pop over into context, into view, and it's basically just getting the class of the popover, which is that popover content, and then it um, gets the bounding client rectangle of it just to see what. And this is just a property function that's just built in, and then you can look at the top property of that rectangle, and then we can do some offset stuff basically. Yeah, this offset value is a value that's attached to the popover uh, into its class, actually. This is the thing, and it's debugging, but as we change this causes the popover to move as it comes up. Um, yeah, but basically just calculating it when we move, and I think I just played around with this number and eventually got here, and you have to set that number plus px, and that gets it to move. So if we mess with this value, made it 211, it was off. Just refresh just to, so it went there. Uh, was I in the wrong project? Oh, I thought I made something 211. I made it 211 in the wrong project. I made it 500, 511. Neither one. Refresh. It goes way down. But yeah, I think I just played around with that value until I got something that was like right at the top. And then it's just always there and works nice in that sense, just right under the nav bar. So yeah, that's basically all that's doing, and then it's taking that value and setting it, as I mentioned before, to this offset, and the ion pop over to get it to move. All right, so we got all of that moved, and that no cleanup observer anymore. None of that. Maybe someday we'll need an example of that, but not today. Um, yeah, so going to our emoji button, I guess is there anything else special? This is a native button. I mean, it's doing stuff in the shadow HTML, and it's looking at this part and align center. Okay, well, let's see what this does. Ion button. Is that that button? Because this is in the emoji button. I would have thought it was related to that. I might have been trying to get it to move, and it didn't move. So this also may not be necessary. Could have just been something that I was trying and didn't remove. And yeah, junk code like that. I mean, I guess there are these ion buttons as well. But yeah, it just seems kind of weird. I don't know what other button I would need to be centering in such a weird way. So I kind of feel like it's probably not necessary. Yeah, I don't see that doing anything. It's all right. Get that out of there. Yeah, but this local storage project was an older project that I did when it was local storage, and that's why I'm referring to this one now. But yeah, not cool. Okay, so now let's try to actually get uh some emojis in there, get something in there. We don't have to take too much, but we already have our button and the popover, right? So won't be the search bar or this top menu bar. We'll just go to pages, and we really just want this emoji page. This emoji page is just for people. It checks to see if the bottom menu bar is one, and if it is, it's like slightly different. It has a bar. It's not like the rest of these. But yeah, we really just want this one. This one is the search page, the emoji search page, and this one actually has like all of the. Actually, that's not even search page list. This one, it has all of the pages and the components, and depends on which menu bar you have selected, and if it's being rendered. But yeah, it actually has all the pages, and it basically just hides them or doesn't hide them based on your search terms. But again, yeah, we just need this one, so we'll just copy up to here the pages, and we'll just try to get this page in there at least. Emoji button, so no longer need that, and you just need to close this all off. Ion content. Okay. Some stuff we're missing. Color hex value be fed in. Let's just go get our props. Just that and emits emoji selected. And get our emits as well. Throw those down. Let's go. We actually need all of the emoji pages, I think. But we'll just go ahead and grab just those, which is really in here in emojis. We have emoji symbols and ASCII arts, and all of these are ripple. Yeah, just a bunch of pages of emojis that were copied. Like, and for the people, there's like 6 different skin tones. So it's like copying all of them again, and there's a selector just for this one with the bars that you see with different colors. Yeah, those are these different RGB colors, and it's just multiple races, not so square, little rounded. But yeah, that's all that is. But yeah, these are all just a bunch of ASCII art peoples and ion buttons. Um, like if you go to emojis, go to cards and such. I guess we can also see the search terms in here. Incoming police car, incoming, uh, which was mostly taken, like some of them were just taken directly from like the first term that was here. Maybe like when you hover, we also have titles, right? So when you hover over it, it'll say something. You search for cars. Yeah, it just says car. Hey, put automobile or whatever. But yeah, and all the search terms. So yeah, this is mostly just if you have fill clear because it's an ion button and you don't want it uh to show so much of the button around it. And it emits the event emoji selected when you click on it, and it sends up the string text for that emoji. And these are just inserted with Windows dot, and you just go put in your emojis. And I had to do this for all of these, and there are a ridiculous amount. And this one with all of the skin tone. But yeah, so this is an answer to a question that nobody asked, but it's just one of those questions, that I'll never forget the answer to. Like, because for me, it's sort of like the 9/11 question, right?
Where were you when they built the ladder to heaven? Nine, nine, 11.
But yeah, no, when Luigi Maggioni was relieving the United Healthcare CEO of duty, this is what I was doing. I was copying all these damn emojis. Yeah, well, makes you think. Now, okay, moving on. Okay, so going back here, we really just wanted this emoji page. We didn't want the color selector line, and we don't want the search either. So we'll just remove those for now. Okay, we need our emoji pages. Let's get that. Let's see, where's the emoji pages from emoji page list? Skip this down part. And did we already grab the emoji pages? Or do we even have the emoji page list? Let's see. We don't have the emoji page list. We just have the button at on it. Okay, emoji page list, which just lists all of the pages. Just so if you have all of the emoji pages, and that page becomes a list of emoji pages, basically, where the index is just not this one. The index is just the bottom bar. So you just go through all of the pages of that type of emoji. But yeah, that's all that is. See, this one has 6 pages, and that's why there's 6 pages here. The other one has more. I think the other one also has more. Okay. I already cast it. So emojis that, and let's just go get all of our emoji pages. But it's gonna want all of the pages full. The emoji page list is gonna want all of the pages, the emojis, the cow emojis, and the symbols. So just gonna go grab all of them. And grab all 3 of these, sorting to emojis. Okay. Emoji selector, which I think is actually a global statement. We're not even using it yet. But yeah, if we come here, I need emoji selector. Yeah, it's in global states. Yeah. You could just, access it from local storage on Mountain, but sometimes you need it in a bunch of places or in other places that also use the emoji button. But you could still get away with local storage, but I do like the also I guess another thing is like the global states are also reactive. Um so they cause, things to update and change. So that's if you need something to be reactive, I guess you would just use a global state instead of local storage. But yeah, if you want it to persist and save, obviously local storage. But okay. So did I get this import line? Yeah. Um, views, components, some emojis. Um, yeah, this is the line, right? Okay, but I need the global state. Okay, emoji selector. It looks like it's already there. It's this one, right? So I guess I already put that in there. So is it happy? Looks like it. Okay, so do we already have something then? Okay, it's compliant of the VLC. Makes sense because we don't have the page selector one, right? So this should just be there and search is active. Maybe just comment this out for now. Huh. Maybe you can't really do that in the properties. I guess just say VF since there's no else. Okay, so now we have all of these emojis. It also goes way to the top and it has no styling. Um, Going through the styling. Uh, I'm sure nothing really special. I believe that we've already talked about this offset earlier. That gets right into the popover, right? That makes it um, zip down. Highlight color for the input, which is this input. It's green here. Yeah, this Z index. You can add a Z index, usually just to make sure that something's in the front. I'm not really sure why this input really would have needed it. It kind of feel like it doesn't. I mean, why would it? But yeah, old project. Huh, did it break something? I mean, I don't see. Oh, I typed in fire here, like I'm expecting there to be something. I was on the wrong tab. Probably not. I don't think it broke anything. There are no fire symbols. I was just typing fire where, yeah, nothing was gonna come up. Yeah, no. Uh, I don't think that Z index is for anything. So that's one less thing with colors white. Yeah, the highlight color, which we seen. Um, selected selected class. I I mean, a selected class is how we get this to be highlighted. The thing that we actually have selected, probably just applying a border or something. Kind of like what we did with the menu using the selected class. We look for it. Control for those who then selected emoji selector. Yep. So this is the top option bar, and you see if you have the class selected. If Yeah, this one is selected if the menu bar matches, and we're looking at the global state inside of the emoji selector for that. If that is equal, if top menu bar is equal to 0, then index is equal to 0, then this one's selected. And 1, 2, there's only three of them, right? There's the emojis, cow emojis, and symbols. Yeah. So I think okay, that was for the class selected. Jump back down here. The magnifying glass emoji is making it bigger. That's the one on the search. That one and probably that one. Same class. Yeah, and everything else, nothing too crazy. So you can just grab all of this. Just grab all the style. Now we have some style. I don't think we had too many classes, so this probably won't do too much for us. Let's see. Well, at least keeps us from stretching too far. These aren't quite lined up, but yeah, better. It's growing, glowing green on the outside. But yeah, that's nothing new. Feeding in colors. It's probably the hex color. Oh gosh. Um, let's see if we go to the menu. Where's the menu? Here's menu. And for it pages, we have a hex color. I'm assuming that's a hex color. Yeah, there's no hex color for the blue. We go to CSS colors. This is our blue color. Go back down to PLI. Guess I won't worry about. Okay. Okay, now we got our blue color. But yeah, that's basically how that would work. Yeah. Okay, keep moving. Think that was about it. Yeah, I copied it and seen just the green color. Okay. Need to get more of this. And just trying to go through the rest of it. So I guess we can just we we talked about this basically, and the rest of the pages basically act the same. They're the menu bars. I guess I can just throw that stuff in and then just talk about it. And this is the end of the popover all the way from pages. We actually need the tap menu bar. So I'm gonna just copy the whole template. We still have some stuff that's missing. Oh, geez. This ain't right. Yeah. Where is the rings? I'm on the right project. Okay. We have no bottom menu bars, so we don't expect to see those. And this is just being buttons that just, when you click it, it'll set that as a menu. Pretty simple, but let's see what happens. Broken. Tis broken. Okay. Let's get these functions. Set is emoji search active. Yeah, that gets set like when this button gets clicked, it's active. And then, some things change based on that basically. Okay, get this function. Yeah. Whatever's fed in, set it there, and then set it into local storage. Actually, I think that this shouldn't be set in local storage because I'm basically making it so now that it's just always set to no when you like when you exit or it closes. Um, yeah, I think I just liked it that way better. So, in fact, let's see if this is anywhere else. I'm not like that. I'm not like getting this. Yeah, I don't think so. Unmounted, this would just equal. This would be 5. Just set it to false here. But yeah, just gonna make sure that doesn't get copied, and then I'll update the main project as well after. Okay, here. Function for setting is Then on the bottom menu bars, setting the top menu bar index. Sure, that's also setting some stuff in our storage to save it. Yep. Also setting it on the global variable, the reactive one that we use to make things update. Okay. So just the bottom menu bar is, but let's see. I wonder if it's the, let me just add that in. So the bottom menu bar, this kind of looks like, let's see. Go look in the other, it looks like it's just a variable sort of. Okay. Oh, it's being in, okay. There we go. This bottom menu bar list that we don't have. Bottom menu bar list. Mm, okay. Now it opens again. It's switching. It has the arrays for all that stuff. If you look at the bottom menu bar list, as this stuff from the emoji, they have their own bottom menu bars. They have pages, and then there's a bottom menu bar. So this is the ASCII art bottom menu bar. There's buttons and yeah, has this variable or it takes the index and sets it into storage and sets it to the reactive variable. So basically more of the same thing. But yeah, all of the bottom menu bars are here, and here we have on the outside of these folders we have this list that basically groups them all together. So yeah, nothing too special there. And I guess we have our is active search working, but yeah, now if you open it, it just should not be active when you open it. I think I like it that way better. So, yeah. But as far as actually searching, this shouldn't work yet. I think we're still missing stuff. Yeah. See how not laggy it is. It's not doing anything. Okay. It's yeah, better. Okay, so one of the things I think they were missing, because I think they had already seen it going through this again, that this project has in layout a class called Space Row Evenly, which I think, used. Yeah, we've used in some places and like these classes and stuff here, and they're separate classes inside of, yeah, but nothing in layout, so we can just add that so that we have it in the places that it's used and this emoji button, and then it should be fine. And then we'll have a class that we can use just like our flex classes. And space row evenly instead of space column evenly. Yeah, because the default flux direction is row if you don't say anything. So that's why this is row and not column. Okay. And there we go. Now our stuff is spaced evenly for the size. I think, let me see. Is it in fonts? Somewhere. Um, emoji button, or is this class that? There we go. It's in style. There's an emoji button class that has a font size on it and some margin and padding and width around it. So I guess that spaces them just right. Uh, I feel like I want to put it in font size this time, so I will. Well, I mean, that's probably where it is in the other project. I'll just copy it. Okay. It's kind of got layout stuff to it with the margin and whatnot, and a font size. So it kind of already in multiple categories. Okay, we're still on the right tab. Okay, so everything's sized pretty well except for this guy. I feel like he should normally be bigger. Also, he's blue instead, as are these. Okay, let's see. It should be pretty easy to fix. Um, so we go to the emoji button. I think all of the top menus up here. Okay, there's another class called a cow emoji button that we don't have a class for, right? Oh, it's right here. I think that's it. But also, they're not colored right, even if that size is all of them right, which are all sized right, but nah, the color's not right. Is it because I have a white color to find? Let's see. What was done? What color do you? Yeah, color white. So I have a white colors, and this has a white color, and I guess we don't have those colors yet. Now we have no white color. So I'm just going to copy the color from the main project. There should be a color of white in there. There is. Was there? Let me see. Nothing else, right? Oh, I guess I have this ion palette dark that was being done differently in this project. I don't want to. Okay, is that the? I think that's the only thing that's different. But yeah, I'll just take white, I guess, and go throw this in there. Base class. Okay, so that should be good enough to fix that. And think, okay, now we have our white color. Okay, cool. Almost there. Okay, just some things to note, to not just throw things in here, not talk about it at all right? Not trying to be, trying to offer some value, I guess. Uh, right, so we have like the top menu buttons, right? These. And you see at click, we said is search active equal to false. Because if we're clicking the menu button and we were searching, we should stop searching, basically. So, and it doesn't, yeah, if you're here and you click this, doesn't matter which one you click, even if, yeah. Yeah, set that to false. This emoji people filter count is set to -1. -1 sort of a flag. We'll get to that when we get to the filtering. And we get to set top menu bar index. That's just setting it in local storage to the different indexes, 0 and 1. We have the emoji search value. This is just getting set to an empty string. So basically, it's set clean. Make sure that it's set clean when you go into it. So if you had typed something and yeah, you go back out of it, the moment that you go into it, it's empty. So it's basically just the moment that you enter it, it just makes sure that it's clean, basically. It's an empty string. Okay, and for the emoji placeholder search value, that is this value here. I did have spaces in between here. As far as I know, I think that if you do this like on the placeholder property, not this, like on an ion input, that can kind of help you center it the way that you want. But this is not that. This is just a variable that's being set. So, I mean, I tested this out, and this does not cause it to move at all. So I'm just going to remove that, and I'll remove that in the main project as well. Okay, we also have our selected class where it will get selected basically. If this evaluates the true. If the top menu bar index and our global state is 0, then we would be applying the class. And then you can highlight it based on the selected class itself. I think we already looked at. This horizontal scroll, I realized we don't even have this behavior. We don't have it in the global storage project either. But like it's actually on like it's like overflow apps or something, but it's actually not this one. Like this one. This is the cow emoji menu bar, which would be in this project here. And if we go here, ASCII art menu bottom bar, this one, it has this ASCII art bottom bar ID. And here we have the overflow X, and that's all the horizontal scroll does. But if there's an overflow and there's not enough space, it basically causes it to scroll. So that class technically isn't doing anything because it's not even defined. But in the main project, we have it defined inside a behavior. I think we have a behavior uh, folder, so we can go ahead and throw it in there, but we aren't actually using it there. Haven't we had a notebook of that one? Haven't, yeah. This one has like wrap text and no wrap text, which I think we're also using. Might as well just grab the whole thing and throw it in there because this is the project that's gonna the projects are gonna one of the projects that will end up on the tutorial version of it anyway on GitHub. I'll still put the main one. Um, okay, so we have that. Go back to our emoji button. We don't actually need this class, so I'm gonna get rid of them. It wasn't doing nothing. Okay. Okay, so we have our different pages. Right, we have this one, the one with the selector for the skin color. And basically it kind of works just like the pages work for the website. Where there's indexes for each thing but yeah. But those pages, like this button emits up the emoji selected, and that it comes out of the button so that it can wherever it's being used at, we can insert the emoji. We're emitting that and the emoji out of the emoji button into like the add comment component that might have the emoji button, and then when it hears this event, then it can assert an emoji basically. So yeah, we've been using this emit a lot in these videos lately. Um, but yeah, bottom menu bar, nothing special about any of that. So yeah, I think that basically covers it. Opening the popover, moving in the view, setting the button in storage, setting it as active to true, and all the styling. So yeah, I think that covers it. We need to try to actually get it to emit upward and actually insert emoji. Okay, so um I think we already have everything copied over. So this is the main project. I think we already copied everything over. Got this stuff that's not being used, like watch and whatnot. quickly just make sure and run it watch. Oh no, yeah, supposed to be watching RG search value if that changes or the skim bar index changes. Oh, this has to do with the filter. 'Cause, yeah, we're not filtering either. Yeah, I guess we can get the filter to work before we get the insert because that's still internal to this. What else are we missing? Yeah, the stuff to actually filter the emojis. Um, yeah, so I guess quickly explaining that. Um, yeah, this filter count getting set to -1, which, yeah, I think I mentioned before they were using -1 as a flag. But yeah, this watches for the skin bar index change, which would, not this one, that works. Oh, too much going on. Right? And if that changes or if the emoji search value changes, right, that means that we change the filter. So if we were filtering, let's say for fire, because I know something will come up, we have like, if there, right now there are two emojis that qualify for the skin bar, and that's what that count is for. Um, -1 is being used as a reset, I guess, just to, I mean, I'm sure maybe that might be more apparent, like, why can't we just use 0? Like, but yeah, if there are none showing, we wouldn't have any, like, if we did a space, we get some other stuff, and because that caused those to leave, but not these, because those are firefighters, and there's no space, I don't think, between firefighter or what, yeah, there's no space between firefighter, but yeah, and when we're doing a search, we have to see if this changes because we need to filter these differently. So we need to know if this index is changing from users clicking so that we can filter them differently. Or if the value in this search thing changes, that's how we know that we need to filter. So that's what this watch is doing. It's watching for the, the typed in value to change or the skin that's tone that's selected to change. And then, yeah. And I guess it's looking to see if it's active. Um, I guess why wouldn't it be if these values are changing, search values changing? I guess right. You could potentially be changing the skin color, right? You could be changing that and not searching for anything at all. So the search isn't active. So I guess it is possible that that's why that must be that way. Don't ask me why it's that way. And I guess for using this next tick, um, which is when the DOM has updated next or something like that. But things don't appear if things don't appear properly, and you just wait until the next tick. Sometimes that fixes it, and this must have fixed that. Okay, what else is different? We got these filter emojis, right? So this is the value that we're searching for, right? To see if we should filter them. And we're basically filtering based on classes. And look at this, all of the filtering words are all in classes. There is an emoji button, like if we go to something that's symbols, that still says emoji button. And it says emoji filter. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we have the search value that we're looking for. We have the new filtered people count. Like in this case, that count must be for how many how many of these people came up. I would imagine. And we're getting our emoji buttons by the class called emoji filter. So this emoji filter is on all of the emoji buttons, and I guess this emoji button is just for styling because there is that styling for the class emoji button that gives them margin size. So this is just for styling, and this is the class that's actually being used to say, hey, this element that has this class needs to be filtered. Okay, and then we get all the emoji buttons. And basically what this is doing is it's looping through all of the emoji buttons that we pulled up. And depending on like what, menu you have selected, that determines what emoji buttons are actually pulled up. All right. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, as we run through it, the first thing that we do is apply this hide emoji. And all that does is just put this hide class on the emoji. Um, this looks to see if it has show on it. Or let me see. It says if this is not equal to -1. If you try to find the index of something and you don't find it, I'm pretty sure it returns a -1. So if you didn't find a -1, it's saying that you should splice it, you should cut it off, and then put hide on it. So this is just to make sure, like if we're trying to hide it, we want to make sure that if show appears in there, we want to get rid of it, splice it off, and then this will push hide on it. So we'll have the hide class as well on our emoji button, basically. So when we call the filter, the first thing that it does is it hides it, and then it checks the search value that's put in, and it just determines if it should put the show class on it, if it should be shown again, if not. And if it should be shown, then yeah, if the class names that are on the emoji buttons, if like we were searching for the word cars or just car, or just part of it, and it's yeah, just even part of it, then it would say that the search value was included, and the search value was always set to lowercase when it comes in, so it's case insensitive. If someone types in big letters, it'll come in small, and everything on here is written small. All of the search terms are written small. Um, yeah, okay. So that's basically how that wearing works. The show emoji would apply to show class. Yeah, and it would get rid of the hide class if it found it. Yeah, and if there's a people filter class, right? There is no people filter on this, but if you go to these, like a people page, you can see it has a people filter as well as the emoji filter. And that's basically saying if the class also has a people filter on it and we decided to show it, and it's also a one that has different skin tones, then we want to increase this number, this local number, and then we will set this to the people filter account. Uh, as far as this needing to be -1, let me see, act clock equals -1. No, it's only here. I kind of feel like we really don't need to set it to -1. Probably could set it to 0. Let me see. If you set it to 0, if we replace all the -1s with the 0, would it still work the same? So we're in this project. I'm pretty sure that these are the only things that, nope, it's not. I assume they're not the only things. The people filter, this people filter, this people filter, this people filter, this one, and the rest are not. And we go through and we go back. Is there anything actually different with the filter and the people? I mean, looks the same. Yeah, I guess in this case it doesn't really seem necessary, but when there's none, it still works. It still gets rid of it. So yeah, I guess it didn't have to be a -1. Which yeah, I'm not seeing anything that says like, oh, if it's equal to -1, only the index of is looking to see if something is -1. But there may be other times where you might want to use it as a flag. Maybe not this time. Set search emoji active. I think we did that. So I think we covered all of this. Um, Yeah, so I think we can just copy this whole script and replace it. And I think they should fix our filtering at least. Okay. Here, our script. Okay. What are you complaining about? We don't have the emoji search page list. It wants that emoji search page list. Guess that's also part of the searching. Okay. Okay, it's still not actually working. And you see refresh. We'll have to figure out what's wrong. Yeah, something's not right. Okay, I think I remembered going through it again and what the problem was for that. But also something that I'm sure you guys probably caught on to, but I still wasn't being very clear about. Like, already doesn't work in this one. But in this one, if we were searching for fire, right? When there are no people emojis, this bar does not appear. So that is what that number is being used for. So yeah, really no reason that it couldn't be 0. So we have this. See where it's being used at when it's clicked, right? Setting it to -1 here, setting it to 0 here. When it's reset. Where's this thing actually being used? It doesn't look like it's. It must be somewhere else in the emoji selector and the people page selector. So if it's not equal to 0, VF not equal to 0, is we're just looking at the number. We're also using it here. Well, this is the global state that requires it. This just says so if it's not equal to 0, it would evaluate true. Yeah, testing it out. I mean, now that I come in here and I set this equal to -1, when there's none, it's actually 0. So it's never going to be -1 unless it's resetting. So it ends up staying. So yeah, it seems like there is no reason for it to be set to -1, but yeah, it should just be not equal to 0. And yeah, this is in the local storage one, but yeah, should just not be equal to 0 and all the other ones where it is. They should all just be 0. When it's set, yeah, there's no reason for the -1. I mean, there could be a reason you would want the -1 to represent a certain state, but there's really no extra state of being that we really need it to be set for. So that seems fine. And as far as why the filtering isn't working, it's because we don't have our show and hide classes, which are actually, I think, in layout. See, show. Yeah, here, show and hide and layout, where we have inline block and none for, and this is, it just has no idea where to find it. Or yeah, those classes are just actually undefined. So if we just go through these in there, then I think that should fix our filtering permanently. So this is, yeah, the main one, not the local storage one. I think it was already working. So now it actually works and it understands and it filters. filters. So yeah, now the last thing that we need to do is just to be able to actually get them to insert into boxes, and then we will be all done with the emojis. Then we move on to the wallet, and then we can go on to the smart contracts. Almost there. Soon, sort of. Need to keep pushing. Okay, so it does seem like there was a reason that the bar was set negative. because if it's set to 0, it doesn't show up here either. So setting it to -1 did keep that from happening. So I'm gonna want to undo that actually. Emoji button. Let me see that I do that. Okay. Yes. Search for all these people filters. So that's a -1 here, but the comparison is still 0. I think that these were set to -1. Mm, Okay. So now, or did I not change the right project? Yeah, I think I changed. No, that's the right project. And this one, we just quickly change this one as well. So, to be sure. All of these are in one. Okay. You good now? Let's see. Okay, there we go. So I guess that was why. I guess there was a reason for it to be -1. And for the insert, it seems like we already have it for the add comment section. We can just go over that stuff. And it inserts all of the sizes, very nice. But if we go here and then we go to add comment, we see like we have our text area. We have the emoji button inside of the text area. That is what we are seeing here. And we have this insert emoji. Um, yeah, and it gets the text area element based on the ref. We have this variable that's set as the ref for the text area, and it's down here declared, and we set it as ref. We put it in there, and that way we can reference the that element in the TypeScript. So we get that element, grab it. It's kind of like grabbing an element by ID or something, but I mean, yeah, grabbing it this way, I think helps with the reactivity. Just kind of built has a reactivity built into it. But anyway, you have the text area. So this actually happens after. What happens? This is on updated, which one I think is the DOM's updated. But we have the insert emoji, and this is a different function. But on updated, this actually happens after. So this actually happens first. We still have that text area that we're referencing, and we're saying if the area exists, which it should, right? But yeah, check if it exists. Um, then we have the selection start and the selection end, and basically that is just that's basically what's highlighted. Like if you have here, this could be the selection start, selection end. If you have just clicked inside one position, then selection start and end are the same number. But if you have something highlighted, then this the start of it is selection start, and the end of it is selection end. So that's what those are. So it's basically getting the position, um, and taking the text message inside of the text area. We're using substring of that string. Um, the start of that all the way to the start, basically. So to the start selection. So from the start to here is basically what that is. Um, we get that substring, and we want to add the emoji in between, and then we just want to grab from the end of it, from the end start. We want to grab the substring gets the start position, and then to the end of the string after that. So we would want to get from here, which is the end selection, all the way to the end of the string, and it would grab the rest so that it can insert the emoji over this selected area, basically, or wherever the selection is. So yeah, that's basically what that's doing. New value, the constant, this new value is getting set to that new string, and then we set the text area to that. And then we want to save the cursor position, which is just the text area selection start, which is where it's starting, and the emoji plus the length of the emoji, because the emoji was inserted inside of it, making the string longer. So we have to take that into account, and that's the saved cursor position. And then once it's inserted, the DOM gets updated, and then this is where this happens, where we get the text area again, and we look to see if we have a saved cursor position, which is that number that we talked about here. And if we do, if it's not undefined, if we have a position that's saved, we see if text area, and then we basically, this is to put the cursor back where it was. And then we put it in the saved position as the start position and the end position, which means that's in the, wherever that was. Wherever we paste it over, or whatever. And we set the text area to focus, and then set the saved position back to undefined. So that's basically how the logic for that is working to insert. And if we highlight some stuff, copy over it, and insert. Yeah, that's basically how the insert is working. We just also need it for our reply and for when we edit. I remember that there must be an extra caret somewhere in the reply, in the comment somewhere. I guess. Let's see if we can quickly find this slash this thing. Is it this one? No. That's what it is, isn't it? It looks like a slash and a caret that's inside some text that shouldn't be. 14 of them. Look for one that's looking out of place. I mean, it would probably be down here with the reply. Is up there it is. Get out of here. Okay, we fixed that. Although this, gotta get rid of a div. Why is it space so much worse? Hey, why is it like that now? So, okay, now it's back to the way it was. Right. I kind of feel like maybe something, I wonder if something used to be in there. Let me go to comment. Getting sidetracked, but yeah. I'll try to be quick about this. Comment. Um, oh, probably just the emoji button. Okay, and insert the reply. It's related to what we're doing, so it's totally fine. This is what's missing. And we need this insert reply emoji, which works just like the other insert, just like for the add comment. It works the same way, it's just on a different component. It's doing the same thing, and then there's a post reply text reference, and yep, all this is the same thing. It's just working with organ and a different component with it, different variables. Um, yeah, we don't really need to throw that all the way down. Don't have our variable defined. And there's an edit text area. Let's see if we already have that one. Probably not, I'm guessing. And that for the sizes and stuff. And also the max comment length and whatnot. But I think we can still get by without that. Okay, let's see what's going on. This is space not nice. And I do not see. I think I need to import the emoji button. No, it's already there. Okay, and this is the right, that is not the right project. Is that where I just did all this other work? No, that'd be good. um, okay, so I think maybe okay, I don't have the emoji button imported then. Okay, emoji button. Okay, so now it's imported. So now yeah, I see it. Now I can see it. That's not inserting row. Well, now it is. Let me see. Okay, now it is, but I needed to refresh and didn't. Okay, let's test out, make sure it's actually replacing stuff it's supposed to be. Okay. Okay, now it jumped to the front. Um, I think that I don't think it was here. I think that there is something, there's something wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this already. So I just need to remember how to fix this. Okay, so I'm already saying what's wrong. It's what we talked about. There's an on updated function that we don't have, right? And this is in the local storage project. But yeah, should actually be both of those. But yeah, or edit. This one is for the reply. I think both of them are just inside of here. But I think there was actually something weird going on with the edit one, but let's just go ahead and take it. So now we'll have our on updated. Because we have, so there's two things. There's the insert, right? The insert reply emoji. But there's also, should be an insert edit emoji for when we're editing it and we want to insert an emoji. I don't think we have that, or is that a insert edit emoji? Which is not being used here because I was messing with something, but go ahead and put it here. And it's on updated. We don't have yet. We need to import that. On updated. I think that's and import that too often. Okay, cool. And this is also missing. I think I might have copied it the same way. Message. This one. Okay, this should be insert, edit, because this is when we're editing it. There's a message and edit mode. Also, it's vertical. Message content. Yeah, I think I was just messing with that, but the insert edit one, it doesn't seem to insert properly, but I think the reply one should. So now we have that. If we were here and we were replying, now I think the reply one works. It does the first one and then it remembers now. And if we were to highlight all this, the 3 of the 5, and replace it, that works just fine. But I think it's the edit one that seems to be bugged for some reason. It always seems to start in the front. But yeah, wasn't able to figure that out. No one to spend too much more time on it. But yeah, just the edit one seems to be weird. But now the rest of that is done, and I think that is good enough. But that is a known bug. Um, I think that it also works that way in the in the main project as well. I think the main project is also doing that. So in this tutorial project and in the main project, but that is something that will need to get fixed later. Okay, so I have a fix for that edit emoji insert. So the problem is actually because we have this X and text area with this ref here, right, for the horizontal comment that we're using to insert. But we also use the same exact ref for the vertical comment, and that's the problem. We need to have two different references for them and switch between them because they're technically two different elements. It just doesn't know where to insert, which seems to be the problem. So we can call this top one H, edit text area H, edit text area V for the second one. We can update these variables to be like this with an H and a V. Yeah, double variable. We can come here where this was getting set, and like in our selection already, we had this statement for checking the width of the screen. We can do the same thing with the width, the width that we use to change from a horizontal comment, in between the horizontal and the vertical, whether or not they're displayed. Um, so we can replace that and make it like this. Or we're checking the width that if it's greater than 1050, then we know we want to use the horizontal. Otherwise, we would be using the vertical one. And on the on updated as well, we would need to replace this right here where we're getting the text area to be the same and get rid of that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think there was it wanted some question marks. It was complaining. There was this focus don't need to be here, right? And I think that was about it. So now when we try it and go to insert, now it inserts just fine, and we have that for the horizontal one, and we have the other ref for the vertical one, and it's inserting just fine. So that fixes that. So yep, got that. I got that fixed. Not before the tutorial was over, kind of after the tutorial, but before showing it to anybody. So, yeah, that should do it. But yeah, okay, so that'll do it for the emojis. This thing is off. It could have, it could not be so ugly. But why? Why? I guess let's just quickly fix that. If this is the tutorial one we're going to be working on, can't stop there. That'd be wrong. Let's see, does this reply thing, the reply buttons, reply area, reply or cancel container. Let's see, is there styling for this? Just flex and row. Yeah, let me copy the whole thing, do a comparison. This 12 just using beyond compare. this is what I got, and this is local storage. I'm pretty sure local storage does not look that way. Okay, throw this in here. I know some of these things are out of order. You do like the slightest thing that's different, and it throws the whole damn thing off. Like this ain't that different. See how dumb it's being. Video message, but yeah, now that's kind of useless. Um, well, we can just fix it, I guess, right? So we come here, we're here, put a class. Let's just try some median margin top. Oh, and that just looks perfect. It looks perfect. Okay, crisis averted. So I think that is good enough.
Okay, so one more thing, and this is kind of quality of life, and it has to do with the search. Like we click the search button once, but we can't search because it doesn't automatically click into the input. That requires the user to have to, click again, and we want to make that a little easier. So there's one less click. One less click is always better when it's unnecessary. One setting that we can change on the input is autofocus equals true. If we do that and refresh and come back and do it, on the ion input could potentially be different on you see it worked. I just automatically did it, but it does not work twice. And this might be potentially different on regular inputs and regular text area. But trying input and ion text is seen people complaining about it, how it works twice. So I can't use it for the ion input. What we can do is you function when the button is clicked. Also, set our focus and can use the hunts that we have on the input. Yeah, this here and call it in a function dot value dot element that $L that set focus. And this does not work on its own. There are two other things we have to do to actually get it to work. But we add some things, right? We have our await next tick. This is an async function. That on its own doesn't work. We'll try that. Still nothing. But in view and for the ion input, if we just simply add a timeout, like a delay before the function runs of 100 milliseconds. It seems like a lot of different delays will work, but just at 100 milliseconds, we do that with the next tick, and that works. So it's like two other things you have to do to actually get it to work on the ion input and view, and now that works. And that works every time, doesn't matter which one you're doing, and that makes it a little easier for the user. That's one less click. And you do have to await the DOM updating. Make sure it's there and ready, wait for the next DOM update. So without it, it does not work. So you gotta await and timeout, and then it works. It's two buttons. Okay, and now that should pretty much do it, I guess, for the quality of life.
And yeah, yeah, in the next video we can cover oh, is this one not? Oh, there it is. But yeah, we can go over the wallet connect button in the next one. So I will see you then.